Prospecting in the business world is not for gold. Prospecting isn't this easy. But imagine if it could be. Let's start off with what prospecting is. I spoke with Ryan O'Hara over at LeadIQ on what a prospect is, how to prospect, and some of the best ways to get a good response rate.
You didn't tell me when to go. Hi, I'm Ryan O'Hara, and today I'm going to talk to you about prospecting. Prospecting is the art of presenting value and starting a relationship with someone. So I actually got my first start in prospecting back when I was working at a company called Dine in Manchester, New Hampshire. So I ended up trying to figure out exactly what to do when I prospected. And when I first started, I sent terrible prospecting emails. They were selfish. They read and looked like this. And the problem is when you send an email that looks like this, the prospect thinks that you're just talking about yourself. And you can't compete or beat out someone's attention if you're going to just talk about yourself all the time when you write a prospecting email. So good prospecting, what it really involves is trying to entertain someone and make a good relationship with them.
Ryan has run many unique and cutting-edge prospecting campaigns during his career.
So I once did this prospecting campaign where it was the end of the year and a lot of people were out of the office, and I went to my boss when I was working at Dine. I said, hey, is there a way that I could do something different since it's the holiday and people are out of the office? And he said, tell you what, you can do a prospecting campaign for people, but I want you to include the whole sales team. So me and this guy, Tom Dennison, that was on the sales team, went around and we got every rep to give us one dream account that they wanted to break into. One was Hulu, another one was Expedia, another one was Career Builder, Living Social. There was a blogging website called, it was called Posterous. They got acquired by Twitter, but back in the day they were a pretty big company to get. And the last one was Funny or Die. And we wanted to figure out a way to break into these accounts and get them as customers. So me and this Tom Dennison guy came up with this idea. What if we make music videos for these prospects, where the first 15 seconds and the last 15 seconds of the video are identical, but we change the middle and make it about the prospect. We ended up making 6 different videos. One of the sales reps that was on our team actually didn't get back to us. He ended up losing and not being able to do it. Long story short, 5 of the 6 turned into customers. So what's LeadIQ? If you're curious, LeadIQ is an innovative cloud-based big data solution that helps... No, that's bullshit. I'm just kidding. People always talk about companies this way and try and figure out that they think they have a good idea of how companies talk about themselves, and they actually don't. The current state of prospecting really sucks. You spend a lot of your time researching companies and trying to figure out how to get them in sales tools and stuff. LeadIQ tries to consolidate all these things into 3 easy steps. 35% of the outreach that you do when you go and do prospecting to someone will never reach the prospect's inbox prospecting. And if you're thinking about this and you're like, I'm not a sales rep, I don't give a shit about this. If you ever write a cover letter to someone, you're prospecting. If you ever send a message to someone on Tinder or some web app or some dating app or a job website or any of that stuff, you're prospecting. I think back to when I was a sophomore in high school. I was sitting next to this guy, Josh Payne, and we didn't talk to each other for the first couple weeks of school. And I remember thinking, I don't know this guy, he's just a weird stranger. What ended up happening was, as I sat next to Payne throughout the year, we both would make references to things that we actually both liked. And before long, we became really good friends. I remember we were in class and I heard him say, "The day is mine," and he said it in a Sean Connery voice, referencing like Saturday Night Live. Long story short, we became really good friends. Prospecting is a lot like that. You want to try and find things you have in common with your prospect and bring it up in the cold email, and if you do cold calling, that's what you should do. Try and connect with them on a human level.